Data interpretation. My name is Gagana DS. I have qualified JRF in commerce. I'm a PhD scholar in Central University of Tamil Nadu. Today we are going to discuss about the data interpretation, which is commonly appearing in UGC NET, which consists of 5 questions. You have to clear it within 5 minutes. So this is what the table we usually get it in different format each year. So in this table, we can observe that there are 6 decades data, which is the composition of total vehicles, which is given in lakhs. The total vehicle comprises of two-wheeler, four-wheeler, buses, goods vehicle, and others. And also there is a population of India, which is given in million. So let's look into the first question. And what are the tricks we have to follow? We will see those things as the session move on. The maximum decadal growth in population of India is registered in the period. You have to identify basically here the maximum decadal growth in the population. So when we want to see maximum decadal growth in population of India, all these details is for India. And let's look into the population data, which is given in the last column, which deals with the population in million. So there are 4 options given to us. Let's take out. When you're solving it, don't try to write down everything. What is important for you in that particular item, just take a note of it. And don't waste your time unnecessarily doing all the calculation. Just look into the question, what is given. According to that, you can just look into the column or the row respective and then try to solve it. Let's move into the first question. First question deals with the decadal growth. Remember, whether it is year-wise growth or decadal growth, the formula will be changes in the decade divided by the previous year data, that is previous decade data, into 100. Usually this is the way. When you see the data here and the population of India is taken separately, but when you're using the system for solving in your examination, try to look into those 2 columns only. And only in your exam, you should write down only the increase or decrease. Try to write down only the increase or decrease here. You have to write down only the increase or decrease here. You can see how to write down the increase or decrease here. Especially when it comes to the lecturing or teaching profession, they won't ask us too tough questions like banking or any other government examination. This is just to test your ability of solving and logical mathematics. That's it. So let's look how to solve this particular thing. When you want to find out the increase or decrease, what you can do it is that just remove the decimals. If the decimal point is above 5, then just borrow 1 and make it a round figure. If it is less than 5, just neglect the decimal points. That is my suggestion. So here, first of all, I have converted all this into the respective unit place, and then I have taken the increase or decrease. If you see the first increase, that is 548 of this year, this decade, minus the previous decade, which was 439. I have done the minusing here. It will comes to 109. You might ask, how will I become perfect in minusing or addition or cancellation? My sincere request for everyone is that whenever you want to clear this kind of interpretation, you should be familiar with the basic calculation as much as possible. That comes only through practice. If you practice it, it will be automatically coming into your mind when you look into the figure. How you can do it? It is 8. Just move from the units to the higher places. When you see 8 and 9, you can't cancel it. So you have to borrow it. 18 minus 9. You know that 18, if we take out 9, it will be 9. And it is 3 left out. 3 and 3, again it will be 0. And 5 minus 4 will be 1. So logically, without writing there in the separate paper, you try to solve it directly. So this comes only through practice, and avoid maximum time calculator or your mobile phone when you're doing these calculations. So that is the simplest way to learn. When you do the increasing, try to eliminate the decimal is my sincere request to get the answers quickly without the decimal point. If you include decimal point, problem is when you go for the division, it is a problem. You have to keep solving this till the decimal. So let's move into the next one. When you minus it, you'll get increase or decrease. So formula here very clearly tells that increase, that is changes you have taken. Changes when you are taken, it is 109 divided by 439. What is 439? It is previous decade population. So when you divide it, it is 0.247. Why did I take 3 digits here, and in other things, when you see 91, 2001, 2011, it is 2 digit. How did I do that? When I took, first thing, I have taken 0 in all the places, because we can't divide the denominator with the numerator because it is smaller number, and because of that I have taken point for all these things. And when I divided, in the last case it is just 1, but in other case it was 2. Okay. Further, when I move on, I will eliminate this one. You no need to take the 2011 data. You just go for the previous things. It is coming like 183 divided by 846. It will be 0.21. So even this will be eliminated. 163 divided by 683, it will be 0.23. Even that you can cancel it. And then when it comes to this two, when you're doing 2-digit division, you'll get 0.24, 0.24. But when you go to the third digit, you can easily identify which one is the greatest one. So when you are talking about the greatest one, it will be 0.247 will be the highest decadal growth that you can recognize between 1961 to 1971. So how you will know how to divide this one? Please remember that 0 point, when you're putting the point, you're getting 1090 here when you're putting the point. And because of this, 439. If it is 4 into 2, you know that 4 2s are 8. So it will be 870 something. So if you go for 3, it is 1200. So 1200 can't be written in the numerator place. So it will be 0.2. And further, when you do it, you will take 4 and finally 7. Only that comes for the first option. Remaining things will end up in either 1 digit or the 2 digits. So best and the approximate or appropriate value, we can take it as 0.247 in this case. So the answer for the first one will be option number. We can take it here. Right option will be 1961 to 71. This is how you can solve it. Let's move on to the next one. The same question will be consist of 5 other sub questions under that. In which year the decadal growth in number of cars suppressed that of the two-wheelers? When you're talking about two-wheelers and the year, same formula applies here as well. The decadal changes divided by the previous decade into 100. In the previous thing, you might ask me why you didn't multiply with 100. When you keep multiplying with 100, you'll get a lot of calculations. Instead of that, to make it simple, we have done it with the decimal itself. In which year the decadal growth in number of cars suppressed that of the two-wheeler? You just take the data of years and the two-wheelers. So when you take the two-wheelers, what you can do it is that when you're writing years and the two-wheelers, same way, you just convert all the decimals into the normal number, that is units place. Here it is 0.88, so we convert it into 1. Then next one 6, 26, 142, 386, 1019. So in this way we have done, and then we have minused it. 6 minus 1, 5, 26 minus 6, 142 minus 26. In such way, when you find out, it will be the increase or the decrease we can identify. That is the changes in the decades. And finally, we have to calculate the formula. That is the changes in the decades divided by the previous decades data. Here it is 5 is the changes divided by previous data, it is 1. So 5 divided by 1, you all know that it will be 5. And I'm not multiplying with 100 in order to avoid the complications. So here, moving on to the next one, 20 divided by 6. 20 divided by 6, it will be 3.3. So 116 divided by 26, it will be 4.4. It is a simple mathematical division. You can do it and try to stop after decimal point 1, or you need to go for 2 decimal points also when the numbers are different. If the unit place numbers are 5, 3, 4, you don't need to go for further simplification. You don't need to go for even the decimal points as well. For your reference, I went through 1 decimal point. My suggestion is that if it is the numbers are different in unit place, you don't need to go for further simplification in decimals. In the same way, when I went through 2001 and 2011 data, unit place will be 1 and 1, same value. So my suggestion, when I come to a conclusion, I can tell that we can remove the first option, we can remove the second option, third option, because unit place are all different. But when it comes to the decrease, it is 2001 and 2011 are similar because unit places are same. It is 1 here and again 1 here. In such cases, try to go for the decimal point. When you go for the decimal point, in 2001, it is coming as 1.7. In 2011, it is coming as 1.6. The question here is, which year has seen a steepest fall in the two-wheelers? So in such case, right answer will be, we will be taking 2011. So 1.6 has been recorded in the year 2011. Option D will be the right answer here. So the first one was dealing with population, second one was dealing with the two-wheelers details. Let's move on to the third question of the same table. What is the average decadal growth? 3 questions are of the similar way. That is average decadal growth. Here, the decadal growth we have to see, but it should be the average. That means that we have to take all the 4 cars details from the year 61 to 2011, 10 years data interval. So when we record it, we have to find out the increase, how much it is, and then divided with the previous decades, we will get the decadal growth. And then we are supposed to take the percentage, sorry, average. I have taken the year and I have taken the cast date. I repeat once again, you no need to record all these details in your rough work. Take only the increase or decrease by taking the years. So when you see from 1961 to 71, there was 4 changes. I'm not taking lakhs complete data. I'm just taking the round figure. I'm assuming it's a unit place or the tens place. That's it. So here it is 3, 7, because it is more than 0.8. So I have converted into 7, 12, 30, 71, 191. This is what I have converted, and I have minus that with the previous decade data. I got this answer, and from that 4 divided by 3 will be 1.33. Here they have asked the average, so it's your wish, you can take 1 decimal point or 2 decimal point. Better, my suggestion, you can stop after the 1 decimal. It is just an approximate you are supposed to find out. 1.3, 5 divided by 7, 5 is this increase divided by 7. 5 by 7 will be 0.7. How you can find out? It's very easy, that 3 divided by 4. 3 ones are point, 1 will be the remainder, 1 we can't divide it, so we will put a point, and then 10 divided by 3 will be 3 times, that is 9, so 3, 1.3. 5 divided by 7, so point, when you put it, it will become 50. When you divide 7 sevens are, it will be 49, so 0.7. In a similar way, we have done for each of this, and try to stop after 1 decimal point. You will get approximately similar values. So here it is 6. When you do it, all these things, average decadal growth for 5 consecutive years, we have consecutive decades we have identified. So better we can go for average. What do you mean by average here? Take the sum of all these 5 increasing your decades data. 1.3, 0.7. Remember, 1.3 plus 0.7, it will be 2. 2 plus 1.5, 3.5. 3.5 plus 3. It will be 3.5 plus 3 will be 6.5. 6.5 divided by 5 years data, 5 decades data we have. So 6.5 divided by 5, you will get 1.3, And 1.3 we are supposed to multiply with 100 because the option you have to find out is what is the average decadal growth approximately. It will be 130. So let's look into it. We have around 130. Let's look into the options here. So options tells here 131%, 68%, 217%, 151. The most nearest answer comes to 130. So it will be 131% will be the right answer. It is not the accurate one. It is the approximate one. Let's move on to the fourth question. Fourth question is the simplest one out of all the things. You'll get easiest one in the interpretation. You'll get one easiest one, two moderate and two difficult one usually. So in the year 2001, out of total number of vehicles, the number of passenger vehicles accounted for. Very easy. You have to go for 2001 data. Here 2001 data, when you look at total vehicles registered or in lakhs was 549.91. So I am converting into 550. Take an assumption it is 550 vehicles. Let's move into the number of passenger vehicles in four-wheelers. Four-wheelers, it is nothing but cars, jeeps, taxi will come with the four-wheel. So it will be 70.58. So I have taken 71. So let's see 71. So four-wheelers divided by total vehicles into 100 will give us the correct answer. So 71 divided by 550. So when you see this simplification, you can't divide 71 with 550. So you need to put points. So it will be 710. So 710, if you see here, 550. 550 into 1 will be 550. If we go for 2 times, that is 550 into 2, it will be 1100. So it is more than the numerator. So we can't go for it. So 0.1 will be coming. So let's look into the option here. It is 0.1 into 100 means it will be approximately 10% and above. So if you look into the other option, it is all coming. One, it is 14%. Other one, it is 24%, 31, 43. So you can't go for other three options. Best option suits will be the first option, that is 14. So you can come and check the other one digit. So you will get the approximately 0.14 and you multiply that with the 100. So you'll get 14%. This is the easiest one compared to the other calculations in the problem. And the final question related to this, the same question, but you have to find out the per capita ownership of two-wheelers in India in the year 2011. So you have to find out two-wheelers in 2011. 2011 data, two-wheelers are 1018.65 and then population of India was 1210.19. So how to find out? So for this, you can see here, answer will be somewhere 84 will come. But what is the decimal points you have to check on, right? So let's look into the question. So if you look into the question, we have to take two-wheelers data and you have to take the population. But the difference between the vehicles and the population is vehicles is given in lakhs, but the population is given in million. Remember, 1 million equal to 10 lakh. Okay. 1 million equal to 10 lakh. So what we can do is, in order to make it the same composition of the system, number system. So we have taken the number of two-wheelers. It is 1090 divided by population. It was 1210.19, but I'm multiplying with 10 because in order to convert into lakhs form. So when you convert it, 12,101.9 will be there. So I'm converting 9 into the unit place because it is more than 0.5. So it will be 12,102. So 1019 divided by 12,102. Just have a picture that when you're talking about such a thing, okay, 1019, right, divided by 12,102. In the denominator place, it is 5 digits, but in the numerator place, it is just 4 digits. So what we can do, 0 point, when you put in point, you can go for 10. Again, it is, we can't go for the division, so we can put it 0 here. So it will become 1 more 0. Then only we can go for division. Otherwise, we can't go for the division of that particular number. So let's look 0.08 and then we can go for some number division. So what I am going to do is Let's look into the answer here. It is 0.084, 0.00. No, we can't go for 0.00. You can't go for even 0.8. You can't go for 0.06. Okay. For that reason, you have to go for at least whether it is suitable to go for 8 or whether it is suitable to go for 6. And all the three option is dealing with 84. Probably the answer will lie in first option. Let's cross verify that, and then you can finally include stating that this will be the answer. Thanks a lot for listening to my lecture and for knowing about more such related questions on various aspects of paper 1 of general research methodology, data interpretation, logical reasoning, or it can be higher education system in India. Or in order to know about the commerce topics, you're always welcome to my YouTube channel, and you can subscribe it and you can give your comments on which topics you're interested to know more about. Thanks a lot for watching. Thank you.